What's up, guys? Welcome back to the NACL. I'm the 8-Bit OG. I'm here with my buddy. What's up, T-Con?
How's it going, y'all? It's good to be back. We
Man,
got
there's nothing better I see but the competitive play on the first day of a fresh new patch. How you feeling
yeah.
about this?
It's definitely going to be interesting. We've seen some pretty unique drafts so far today. We've seen a lot of Maline, definitely more than expected. She hasn't been prioritized as much as of a ban as I thought she would. So we've gotten to see some real good gameplay from her.
I feel like she needs to be
Definitely
banned.
interesting.
I feel like she
Potentially,
needs to be
she's
first, second ban. Just get
yeah.
her out of there, man. Who else are you gonna ban that's more powerful than
Who
her?
else?
I
I
haven't
think
seen anybody
Celeste.
put up numbers like that. Early
Yeah,
game,
Celeste
into the late
is.
game. Yeah, Celeste too. She's definitely a high pick rate, high win rate. How do you feel about Mullane versus Celeste in mid lane? Who wins that one?
Um, I'd have to give the advantage to Celeste. Not only would you expect the mid laner to have practiced Celeste more, as she's been out for more than 12 hours,
True.
but she also has more range, even before she overdrives her heliogenesis, her A ability. And since she hasn't gotten any nerfs in the past few patches, she definitely has some very crazy early game damage, especially with that crystal buff. All
I
right,
hear you,
we're
man. But
hopping into the draft.
we have been drafting already. It looks like Kroll and Mullane. Good job. Good job.
There it is.
Arcane. Look, before we even start this, we have Aporia and Arcane Gaming up against each other. T-Con, you want to tell us a little bit about these guys?
Yeah, definitely. So Arcane Gaming, definitely a strong community team. We'll look to see some quality play from them. And then Aporia, which is the team of the new NACL sponsor. So it's great to have them here with us. Looks like we're going to see Aporia pick up Celeste with that first pick. Just like I said, definitely strong.
Yeah, super strong.
Definitely strong there.
That level 8 spike, uh,
Oof.
huge, huge.
Yeah, that hurts. All right, next we see an Arden out of Arcane Gaming.
I like the first pick, Arden. Super strong. Not so much early, but mid to late game, Gauntlet and strong barriers with the Vanguard.
Yeah, that's going to
Gonna have
provide
to
a
try
lot
to
of lockdown for that
Yeah, gonna have to try to
Celeste.
trap this Celeste as best as I can. Second pick, Taka. All right, so they're definitely just going after Celeste. They just want heroes that can hopefully delete her.
Yeah, and Taka, even though his core build of Aftershock and Stormcrown, they both got slight tweaks. Aftershock got a slight damage nerf.
Yep.
So that should impact him a little bit, but not enough to
Stormguard
where
too.
he won't be able to damage Celeste. He's still one of her strongest counters.
For sure. Oh, we got the Tony pickup.
All right, so
I,
definitely a strong pick here. He's got a lot of CC, definitely a lot of peel to help keep enemies off of that Celeste.
yeah, that third impact stun is gonna be huge. He's gonna have to try to time that right to give peel for Celeste. The second round of bans. All right, Alpha. Alpha can be strong. Didn't quite prove too strong in the last game. Definitely counterable, but they're
Yeah,
probably thinking of something up their sleeve here.
yeah, potentially. It could just be that they're looking for a decently, like, moderately strong hero as a sort of throwaway ban.
True.
Now we see the Blackfeather coming out, one of Celeste's hardest counters. Definitely a good ban there. Good to get him off the board against Celeste. All right, so hopping over to Arcane Gaming's third pick, let's see what they're looking for. They definitely need more dive if they're looking to shut down the Celeste.
They still need a mid laner. They need all their Taka, which I
So
don't think is the best anymore. But Vox, a very good pick. Super strong. Like I said last game, he's didn't get touched. Everyone else got nerfed a little bit, except for a few select heroes. So I think he's definitely one of the strongest laners.
yeah, and Vox with that Arden can jump in and have that huge barrier and get some immense damage down onto Celeste. All right,
For
next we
sure.
see the Jewel out on the side of Aporia eSports. So, could we see her as a jungler or a bot laner? It's definitely able to flex it depending on what Arcane Gaming picks next. So definitely a strong pick. Some immense damage potential from her B. And then we
Ooh,
have
so do
Koshka.
you think this is going to be a Roam Tony? Wait a
I
minute, I'm
think
getting kind of excited now. That might be a Roam Tony.
I think it's very possible. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. He's seen a lot of play as a roam in the new VPL, and he definitely is proving to be a strong pick. So I'm
And this
looking
patch
forward to
is
seeing what they do with him.
in this patch, he's one of the so far in the 17 minutes this patch has been out. He's one of the top winning hit percentage heroes, along with Celeste, Koshka, Scarf, and Reza. So you can put him anywhere. I'm seeing him as Roam. He's got some great Roam potential. The dive for Atlases, the stun. It's we'll see. The repositioning with his ultimate, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
All right, yeah, he's got a lot kit. All right, next we see from the side of Arcane Gaming, they've got the Rhyme on board. That's
Ooh, Koshka shut
definitely a
down.
bit out there. We haven't seen a lot of Rhyme tonight, or just in general in 5v5. He's pretty easily countered, but they banned the Fortress, which is good into Rhyme, and Baptiste immediately banned. So they look like they're looking to eliminate a lot of the anti-dive potential so that Koshka can run rampant early game. So, with our last two picks online,
We need range. So Sky's a great pick. The with the range boost and maybe a weapon Sky here, I think that'll be a good way to round that out.
yeah, definitely. So Sky is very strong as either a bottom or a top laner. She's got a lot of sustain, especially if she goes for the Poison Shiv Breaking Point build that's so prevalent on Vox. And she'll definitely be able to kite Rhyme just endlessly.
Yeah, the late game
Definitely,
that's going to be a huge problem for
yeah, so
Ryan.
definitely a good counter pick there. Pick is Rona. So, what do you think about that? Where's she going to play on this team?
That bot lane, that's a bot. Rona, maybe mid Vox. I don't want her in mid.
Yeah, mid
Uh,
Vox is what it's
top
looking like.
Taka, Jungle Rhyme.
Yeah, I think that's how they rounded out their comp. So definitely some off-meta picks with the Rhyme, and we haven't seen a lot of mid lane Vox recently. So it'll be interesting to see how that CP Vox can put in work. He
Yep.
definitely has a potential to get some serious CP damage bounces onto that Celeste if he's allowed to hit their front line.
It's all about late game heroes. Taka versus Koshka. We got Jewel versus who knows really. And I
Yeah,
think let's just get into it, man. Let's see how this all falls into this. I was gonna say the fold, but I don't know the fold anymore. Guys.
no, we're out here on the Sovereign's Rise. So we're going to take just a second, get everyone on their correct heroes, and then we will be good to go. Looking forward to getting into the game. So, coming out of draft, who would you give the advantage to? Which team?
I gotta give it to Aporia. They have the range. Uh, they got Celeste, they got Tony, they got such strong heroes. That weapon Sky, if it is weapon, it's gonna be huge. I just think maybe there's too much melee on the side of Arcane, but it's got dive potential, but not really. If they play it well, it could be devastating. But I got a slight advantage to Aporia.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I think the Celeste, immensely strong pick, and she can definitely kite away from all of the melee heroes on Arcane Gaming. So it'll just remain to be seen if Arcane Gaming can stake out an advantage early on with heroes like that Rhyme, that Rona, and that Taka on through level 6. Because if they're able to do that, then Celeste loses a lot of her mid to late game potential. So definitely a lot of potential for both sides, but I've got to give the advantage early on to Aporia. We'll just have to see if they can play their early game to their advantage.
Yeah, for sure. They have a lot of CC potential. Try to lock her down. There's more CC on Aporia. It's just how they play it. I mean, it could go.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we see both teams approaching into the mid lane. It looks like Aporia is wanting to be kind of aggressive, clearing out the scout camps here.
Oh, for sure. It is a weapon, Sky. I like it. And the roam Tony. Nice. Let's go.
Definitely an interesting pick there. Should provide some fun gameplay for us to talk about. Rome Tony is one of my favorite picks to play with on my team. He is definitely very strong.
All right, they're going for a real early engage, going straight for the weapon buff. Jewel trying to pick it up. Taka coming down.
Yeah.
Rona clearing vision. Arden coming back out. Taka might be too low. There's a stun going in. It's a 3v2. Taka might be able to pick up this Jewel kill a little bit too aggressive. The 3v2 was too much. Jewel just wasn't able to get in and out.
I think Aporia had the right idea. Definitely have a strong early game, level 1 with that Jewel, but they just got a bit too aggressive and found themselves on 3v2. So it's a bit unfortunate.
It looks like Ryan down in the jungle is about to go down as well. Sky and Koska find it. He did pick up the weapon buff, but it cost him his life.
Definitely not a good trade there. He's going to want to look for more advantageous early game invades if he is wanting to play that aggressive.
Tony taking a lot of damage in top lane right now. Rona's trying to go in. Struck back, though. Has to pop a flask.
So it looks like this is a bot lane Sky and a top lane Jewel.
Yeah, I like that decision. This weapon Sky is going to be real strong in bot lane. It shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, and it looks like this is going to be a top lane Rhyme from the side of Arcane Gaming, which is definitely curious.
A lot of damage coming out right now.
Yeah, but that's going to hurt late, or sorry, not late game, but early to
top
mid.
Top turret, there's a melee going on right now, 2v2. Jewel just get out. That rocket jump just saved her life. They're doing a lot of work there on Jewel. Jewel needs to tank up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to forget how much damage Rona has. She can definitely put in some work here.
For sure. Tony trying to hold up on the turret. Rona might be looking... Tony just barely missing the time. Would have been nice, though.
There's a lot of damage on Celeste in that mid lane. She had to pop a flask and just barely survived.
Taka has to back off because of it. It looks like Rhyme is getting close to going down. Sky might dive. I'm not sure if it'll be worth right now. 3 minutes, still a barrier on that turret.
Sky's definitely putting in some work here on this Rhyme. She's going to have a huge advantage all throughout the game, being able to kite just endlessly around him. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that matchup to see how much of an advantage she's able to stake out in that bot lane.
Oh, for sure.
So it looks like everyone's fairly backed off right now, just clearing jungle, getting back to their lanes. Looks like Jewel is prioritizing lifesteal. She's got that tier 2 lifesteal, that barbed needle. Yeah, and Sky has a poison shiv purchased already without even getting boots. So they definitely have the mortal wounds, the lifesteal. They're looking to shut down this Rhyme and the Rona.
If you look in mid lane, Vox is pushing really hard. Taka was looking for a quick kill. Backs off. They were looking for the gank. He was in there, and Fox engaged well, did a good amount of damage. Taka couldn't close the gap fast enough.
So after a few early skirmishes, it looks like this is really settling down. Fairly passive outside of the occasional aggression in mid lane. So now I think the biggest matchup to keep an eye on is this Sky against Rhyme. That she's just such a natural counter to him. And
all right, in the top lane right now, Taka looks like, oh, never mind. Looked like going for a gank. Maybe had 3 there, but backs off.
Yeah, Jewel and Tony are definitely playing it safe, which is the correct thing to do. They don't want to overextend and give this bot lane Rona any leeway to get ahead on CS or get some damage onto that turret.
All right, here we go. Rona going in on Jewel. There's the Vanguard with the Jewel taking a lot of nice stun by Tony right there. There was an opportunity for Rona to do a little extra damage. She does not want to turn it back to Rona. The Rona gets thunderstruck for a ton.
My goodness, that was some serious damage there. Oh, and the Celeste. Oh,
Celeste tried. It was so close. She is getting pushed in hard, though. So going to be a lot of damage done to the turret. Taka and Vox double teaming it.
Here comes Tasha.
Good damage. Ooh, nice stun on the Vox. No follow-up, though. Too low.
Yeah, that Vox level 6, he's got some pretty serious damage. Check out everyone backing off for now, just kind of resetting, getting a nice restart.
Yeah, so it's a pretty even game. This is I mean, it's almost a 1K gold lead on the side of Aporia. It almost seems like it should be a little bit more one-sided, but it's been back and forth the entire game so far. 6 minutes in, and it's only 1-1.
Yeah, Rona's definitely made up a lot of the disadvantages that her team has.
Sky in the bot lane might be caught out right now, though. Like Retsu, Sky strikes over the top, looking to try to get out, but Taka closes in and takes him down. Nice gank.
That is going to do it for Sky. And we do have to remember that while Sky is an excellent pick into Rhyme, you've got the Taka online on the other team, and he's definitely going to be able to put in work on that Sky. Celestial comes through, does some decent damage, but it looks like it's going to be this bot lane turret falling. They've got the minion wave, but actually no, they don't have enough damage, and they're just going to have to back off, settle for some decent damage on turret.
So that was kind of a strange trade. It looks like top is pushing hard. Mid is about to get Vox. Nice stun. Yummy Cabinet Frenzy. Fall.
Uh-oh,
the stun. Nova just barely misses. Oh, no, I think the Nova did hit for the kill. I was going to be cautious to pick up that kill. But it was Celeste. Nice job. Taka is there, though. They don't see him. Now they do. Walked right into it.
Yeah, it was a really nice gank out of Koshka. And we do have to remember that the side of Aporia eSports has a lot of stuns. They have a lot of chain potential to shut down some of these engages if they can land them one right after another.
All right, so still sitting at about a 1K gold lead, 3-2. No turrets down. Oh, it looks like they're going to go for
an early Ghost Wing here.
Super early. That's good. It doesn't even seem Rhyme knows now, but he's half health. He doesn't want to mess around there. Arden take the opportunity to push mid lane hard. They might be able to take this before they get back up. Now it's going to be close. He's going to have to back off.
Yeah, and you can see Celeste is at level 8 at 8 minutes. So between that and the Ghost Wing buff, definitely look for
Looks like Rhyme is about to get chased down by Sky. Sky does have the buff going in.
Ooh, a nice taunt out of Tony.
Tried to ultimate. That was a good stun. He's going in, just dancing all around him. Taka comes down. Vanguard's on top of him. Trying to get out. Gauntlet goes down. He's just pecking away at Arden, hoping to get in. Taka can't quite get away. It looks like Sky's going to be okay. Possibly. Nice ult by Tony, throwing Taka away. Death from above comes in, but Vox is here out of the bush. Going to pick up the kill is Taka with an X-Retsu. Tony not going to be able to get out of this one. 3v1. Koshka and Jewel look like they're going to take this opportunity to push top now that they know the three are in bot.
A nice double coming out there for Taka. And you can see just from that one engage how much damage he's able to do. And he can put in work, some serious work on this Sky. So definitely well played by the side of Arcane Gaming there.
All right, there's that top turret. It looks like bot is going to go down as well. Taka and Rhyme pushing it in 1-for-1. Fox is low and Kosh is coming down into the mid. I'm not sure if she wants to dive. He is under turret. No, they're going to be okay. They're just going to pick up the buff. Let Celeste get that crystal buff and get back into her lane.
Yeah, so now that the Ghost Wing buff is worn off, do you think we could see some strong engages from the side of Arcane? They definitely have the potential. But uh-oh, Celeste cut out.
They do. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this one. Tony is there, but he doesn't really have anything. He misses he gets the nice job, stuns him to get him away. I thought he was going to miss. Taka took an extra step back and went right back into the taunt.
Yeah, there you can see the strong roam potential of Tony.
Talking trash.
That fountain, trash talked, and kept Taka off of the Celeste for just long enough for her to stay alive. Well played by Scorpius.
All right, so it looks like a mid push potential here. Fox doing a good job of trying to keep away. The Celestial does go through. He gets bada boomed back into the middle. He's doing a ton of damage, but Fox is dancing around. He picks up one. He does go down to Wait, Arden got the kill there? The blood picked it up?
So just as I was praising Scorpius, he uses his ultimate and knocks Vox right back into Celeste where he wants to be. So Vox gets some crazy damage down there. And even though they did end up having a pretty good trade, Scorpius is going to have to be careful later on.
And bot lane, it looks like 1v1. Rhyme versus Koshka. Koshka is the leading. Guy comes in KS's though.
All right, so we could look for this bot lane turret to fall. They've got a wave. They've got 2 members. That turret's going to be going down. But if you look up to the mid lane, there's 3 members of Arcane there. You could look for a strong push here.
I don't know if Celeste has enough to clear this wave fast enough. Tries to ultimate through. Nice stun on the Arden, but it's not going to take it to fight this super low. Jewel is there, though. He might want to Rocket Leap. He does get the stun up. He's going to take down Arden. Wait for it. Rips through the middle of him. Thunderstrike just barely misses. Needs to get out. Not enough defense to survive that fight.
Yeah, there's Taka there to clean up the kill.
All right, here's a 3v3. They're all super low from trying to get Ghost. Taka jumps in. Death from above. Zones him out. Trying to get a couple stacks onto Vox. Rhyme walks into the middle of him. There's a Yummy Cabinet Frenzy. Does catch Vox, not before he gets the Sonic Zoom away, though. There goes the Celeste ultimate down through the middle of it. Rhyme is in a whole lot of trouble here. Does ultimate, does a lot of damage, though. This Sky has 7 stacks. Definitely wants to get back in there. They're going to have to retreat under turret. I think they'll be okay. No, but Taka jumps in. There's the Tony ultimate, rearranging the entire fight. Gauntlet does catch. Reflex block gets her out. Nope, Sky gets caught by the Gauntlet. All 4 trying to engage on the Celeste. Celeste is trying to do everything he can to get away. Tony gets a stun off real quick. Maybe not going to be enough, though. This 1v1 doesn't look good for Celeste right now. Jewel jumps in to protect his carry. Pushes Taka back away and gets her to safety. She's going to back off.
All right, definitely a intense fight there. We saw pretty much everything these teams want to do. We saw Taka jumping on to Sky. We saw Arden gauntleting. We saw Tony knocking everyone back. Definitely well played there. Very even game so far. You see the side of Aporia has about a 3K gold lead, but as of right now, this is still very much anyone's game.
Definitely. I mean, all players are playing very, very.
Yeah.
It's not a one-sided game by any means. It's anybody's game at this point. That's what we want to see.
So what I'm looking for in future team fights, I think a lot of this is going to come down to Wow Crazy Guy's Taka.
Wow Crazy Guy!
Wow Crazy Guy. And not just that, but if his team is going to be able to follow up and not only get damage on Celeste, but be able to protect him when he dives in.
Taka going in on Celeste. Backing off, though. Just a little poke.
Yeah, right as I say that.
Right. There's the Solar Storm. Kind of ripping through. Just a little bit of a protection. Trying to get some stacks off. Oh my god, the Retsu doing so much damage. Jewel jumping to try to protect him. Going back up.
A Wow Crazy Guy with this Dragon's Eye. If he can sustain in fights, he's going to be doing immense damage.
I don't like these fights up at the top or on the bottom. Sky trying to get some stacks off, but the Gauntlet gets actually canceled by Tony. I'm pretty sure that's what happened right there, but Sky getting some good stacks off. Doesn't want to be frontlining, though. Is not going to be able to get away from that. Didn't back off enough.
All right, so Aporia is going to back off here. Definitely not an advantageous trade. They're going to have to be really careful, Sky specifically, about her positioning. She does not want to get caught out like that. And while she can kite back, she can't kite back forever. And also, again, really well played. Really well played by that Roam Tony, canceling the gauntlet and putting in some serious work.
Yeah, that was very well timed. All right, looks like no engage, just a little bit of poking. All right, so Xretsu onto yeah, that was Celeste. The ultimate just barely misses. It looks like Rhyme's not gonna be able to get out of this with Death Rocket Leap in by Vox, but not Arden. Yummy Cabinet Frenzy stuns him up, takes him down. Vox down by Sky. Arden goes down by Sky. That's the double kill. Rona and Taka, the only ones left. 4-man engaged. They don't know where Taka is. They push this mid lane or go for Ghost.
Wow, what an excellent fight out of Aporia. They executed that perfectly. They baited Taka into diving, and while he had to back off because he was very low, they were able to come back in with their re-engage potential. And
oh boy,
really
the big
clean up a
stun.
nice
Taka's
fight.
not going to get out of this one. Nice Surge Strike over the top.
Is this going to be a dead Taka?
That is going to be a dead Taka. He just had too much damage. Only had a couple.
Yeah, but while that's happening, see Rona cleaned up a turret there. Definitely a strong split push. It's about all she can do there.
All right, so mid went down, top went down. This 1v1 in the top is kind of interesting. Jewel doing some work, but I think Rona has.
Yeah, Rona with that weapon buff is definitely going to have the advantage there.
But it looks like he's going to get collapsed on. Here comes Tony.
Uh-oh.
Hit him with the jawbreaker. Misses the trash talk. All right,
Just
so going to come
it.
in. Maybe a stun. Nope. Not fast enough for the collapse. 3-man engage on Arden. Nope. There's a Yummy Cabinet Frenzy. Gets blocked by Vox. Stack up now. Engage onto Celeste. The Solar Storm just misses. Not enough damage. That Prime Star would have done so much damage to Vox. Arden can't quite get back through. Vanguard's back to Rona. This is a good fight right now. This is a good poke fight. Looks like Jewel is going to start up Blackclaw, though. I'm not sure if this is the right decision. It's 5v5. Yeah, here we come.
Yeah.
Here's the big engage. Rhyme poking from afar. Arden might be too low for this.
Yeah, Aporia's got to be careful here. They've got a slight advantage still, but they don't want to give it up and lose a team fight and have Arcane Gaming be able to push with the Blackclaw.
Definitely not.
So it looks like they're going to back up, reset, try and win the
Oh,
vision
Tony
game.
is out of position. So he taunts Taka, trying to keep him out of stealth. Looks like Rona is going into the middle. She goes such a big dive. Fox was also way too close. The gauntlet comes out. It's not going to be enough, though. I think Prime is got 11 stacks. Sky is stacking on Taka. Is he going to be able to get away? Chitin's over the top, but he gets out. I'm not sure if Prime's going to live. He goes down. It was a 1. Rhyme's the last one alive, though. 4v1. He's just going to have to scare off Jewel a little bit. They're going to go for Blackclaw.
Yeah, but Aporia's got to be careful here. Rhyme can steal Blackclaw over the wall with his ult. It looks like it's on too much of a cooldown, though, so he'll just have to back off, clear this wave, and try and prevent them from having any minions to split push with Blackclaw.
Yeah, one Valkyrie could have taken that whole thing, but 30 seconds is too long to wait. All right, so the 5-man engage. No split pushing here, I don't believe. Sky can catch up. Jules reinfusing, trying to catch up. They got one turret down. Solar Storm rips through, chunks down Arden a little bit. Dropping some Helios, trying to Nova from afar. Oh man, that damage though. They have to jump onto Celeste if they're going to do anything. They don't know that Jewel and Sky are trying to take Ghost right now. Taka's taking a lot of damage. Nice cut. Vanguard helps him out with the speed buff and the barrier. They're doing a lot of damage to this turret as well. Blackclaw is about a quarter of the way down. Rhyme is a sliver. Koshka trying to go in. Wait for it. Rips through from Vox. Vox trying to stack up on a Yummy Cabinet Frenzy. Does get blocked. Arden Blood for Bloods to go in. Trying to get a little bit of energy back. There's the Chitin over Koshka. Koshka going back in. Trying to keep her stacks up. And that was a nice defense. Nice defense. They did get Ghost, but it wasn't enough to close it out. They reset. They're going back in. How do you feel about this, man?
What an excellent series from both teams. We saw some really strong play out of Celeste, getting some intense heliogenesis damage down. But at the same time, really well played by the side of Arcane Gaming to defend that Blackclaw push, especially with Celeste, who's so strong at sieging turrets, and to not lose anyone. They did get very fortunate. They had members go really low from both of those Celeste ults. But with that, you'll take a bit of luck any day, and they're able to defend that, lose a single armory, and get back to reset for the next fight. Still a very, very close game.
Hold up a second here. We got a 3-man engage going down mid lane. Koska running in, Rona coming in. He does get taunted. Ryan might go down here. The slow storm rips through. Just barely doesn't die. Jules in a lot of trouble there. So deep in the middle, but it might be able to take out the Vox. Vox kiting away, picks him up. Gauntlet gets thrown down. Vanguard's out of the gauntlet. He's out now. This is a 4v4 now. Xretsu over to the top. He gets Yummy Cat in frenzy, but blocked. Looks like Jewel is about to go down. Chitin takes him up. Rona's spinning, but right in the middle, all four of them. This is a huge engage. Death from above, way over in the side. Rhyme nowhere to go. That's going to be the ace in the game. They re-engaged and took him down. That was crazy.
Wow, what an intense fight. Well played to both teams. That was definitely a great game. It's just,
they caught him out. Like, they were not expecting that engage. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, definitely a really strong engage.
That's crazy, man. Tell us how you feel about that.
Wow. So I'm still trying to catch my breath. Well played. So Aporia secures the victory on the back of that Celeste and that Koshka and that Sky, the Jewel, and the Rome Tony putting in work. So definitely played to their strengths there. Sorry about that. On the side of Arcane Gaming, definitely an interesting build coming out from Taka. I can't say that I'm too fond of it, but he definitely had the potential to delete Celeste, and I just don't think the Dragon's Eye really does enough work there. We see Rona with the Serpent's Mask and the Sorrow Blade, so she opted not to prioritize the breaking point, which definitely is an interesting decision. She was going for the just straight up burst damage off of her B to delete the Celeste, but she just didn't quite have enough sustain. And as you saw in that last fight, when she hopped in and tried to spin, she just got deleted from all four people focusing her. The top lane Rhyme, he had the damage, but again, they were just able to kite him too well. And with all of that CC, all of the stuns coming out from the side of Aporia, just too much for him to handle. And Vox, he built well, he prioritized well, but just not quite enough.
Yeah, I think that he needed I mean, the Sky, it's been so long since we've seen a weapon Sky that I feel like Taka and Vox just weren't ready for the stacks that they were going to build. She was going to build on them. He was able to do some serious work there late game.
Yeah, you can see Vox without any art prioritizing that damage and the reflex block that comes with Aegis. He's definitely very vulnerable to Sky. Once she built up those breaking point stacks, those bonesaw stacks, and hopped onto him after taking out someone like the Rhyme or the Rona, he was very vulnerable to that.
Definitely well played by both teams. It was almost like a backdoor, caught him off. Just they scrambled to fight after. I wasn't even ready for it. All of a sudden, there was 3-man rush. Jewel bought the teleport boots. All of a sudden, she was up there. Then it was a 5-man rush, and it just came down to that split second decision. We got to rush them, and we got to do this now. We have an opportunity, and they did it. GG's to both teams, man. It was a great game to watch, fun game to cast.
Yeah, definitely one of the better games today. It's a pleasure being able to do it, and GG, well played to both teams, putting up a very, very strong fight from Arcane Gaming, and Aporia proving just to be a little bit better. But well played to both